live one-on-one conversation. 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comings with the it factor. It's the Jazzie KWard coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Jazzie after dark.
Look at us now. Is it the way it's supposed to be? Well, look at us now. Is it the way it's supposed to be? Whatever you feel for me, I feel for you. What you feel for me, I feel for you. What you feel for me, I feel for you. And it's alright for the rest of my life. I'll think of you, knowing that you just can't hide. For all of my life, I'll think of you, knowing that you just can't hide.
Hey, because I feel for you and you feel okay. I think I said the words right. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday and happy holidays to you. I'm Jazzie KWard. I'm super excited for everyone to join me. So what you can start doing before we start the show is go ahead and start sharing the video, share the live, share the love. Jump over to KWard Radio, my YouTube channel where we're streaming live now. Make sure you hit the notification bell right over there twice, as well as subscribe to KWardRadio.com. Are you excited about tonight's show? Well, I've been anticipating this conversation with my friend Jacqueline all day. Singer, songwriter, recording artist, producer, arranger. This lady definitely has that it factor, and I'm definitely excited to talk with her tonight. So let's go ahead and kick off Artist Talk right now with Jazzie KWard.
Live from WKRW, welcome to Artist Talk, a live one-on-one conversation with your host, the man with the golden voice, Jazzie KWard.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I see people coming in the room. I see Miss Sheila Singleton. That's right. Thank you so much. I see Castella, international recording artist Castella. She's in California. They know how to party, y'all. What's up? I see also recording artist Matt Lee. And let me tell you something. If you don't know Matt Lee, shame on you. If you don't know Sheila, if you don't know Castella, shame on you. And tonight, everybody, if you don't know my special guest, Jacqueline, shame on you. So you're going to get to know her a little bit more up close and personal tonight. Well, again, happy holidays to everyone. This is like my favorite time of the year. Christmas, well, let me go back. Starting from, let's see, from Halloween up to the new year, I just enjoy the season. I just like the season. I like the light, the festivities, the music, and all that jazz. I see Sheila Wilson, Sylvia Wilson, my girl. If you don't know Sylvia Wilson, shame on you. So, everybody, if you can, let me know where you're watching from. Don't forget to share the video, invite your friends and your family in. And if you have questions tonight for our guest, make sure you just post them there in the comment section. And I promise you we'll do our best to answer those for you tonight. So my next guest, she definitely has that it factor. So you'll hear me say that a lot throughout the show. And shame on you if you don't know singer, songwriter, arranger, recording artist Jacqueline. She's going to talk with us tonight. Maybe sing a song for us. For hopefully we can get her to sing and hear some from her beautiful music. So without further ado, let's welcome to Artist Talk, recording artist Jacqueline.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy for the people joining the show and seeing this music conversation, and happy to be with you, Jazzie KWard.
Oh, thank you so much. And don't you look beautiful tonight? The beautiful
Thank
tonight.
you.
I love the red, the colors look very festive.
Thank you so much. Holiday time, dressing up. Love this time of year.
Me too. During this time of year, like what's your favorite time, Jacqueline, for just the holiday season? Do you have a favorite time or memory?
I mean, I love this time of year. Definitely, I can remember holidays spending with family and, around this time, and, Christmas whole season, the holiday season, just love that. And also writing songs,
Yeah.
around this time as well. So I've been preparing some songs actually, even though I'm so busy and inundated with so many projects. I've been definitely preparing, songs for this holidays, for the whole season.
For the whole season. I love that. Thank you so much. And Castella says she is watching from Maui. Wow.
Wow.
I wish I was there, right?
Me too. I love it there. I've been there once.
So Jacqueline, she's in New York, of course, with the cold weather. Is it snowing there?
Not yet, but it's cold enough. I bet
cold
it's gonna snow any day now.
Okay. And Sheila Singleton, she's watching from Kansas City, Kansas. Again, welcome. Thank you all so much. So, Jacqueline, so I do this segment before we start our conversation. It's called The Real You. And before we, get into, outside of your professional career, this is just for people to get to know you a little bit outside of your music career. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to get into any of your business and all of that. It's just for us to know you a little bit better. Okay.
Sure.
So my first question is, what brings you joy?
Yeah. I mean, music certainly brings me joy, but I mean, I have other hobbies too. I love to cook, and cooking is a passion for me, but it's turning into a business for me because people seem to love my cooking, and they see some of the recipes that I do. So now I'm working on a cookbook, which I'm going to be releasing in the new year as well.
Okay. I can't wait to hear more about that. Okay. So what's your favorite song to dance to and why?
Wow. I love 70s music, and I love dance music. I'm very into funk and dance music. My favorite song, I mean, I guess one of them would be a song called So in Love with You. I think that's the song. It's by, I mean, there's an artist named Duke who sang the song, and I think it just represents not just, it's representing someone he's in love with, but also that it's sort of like people can relate to it from different aspects, from various aspects in a worldly way. I think that there's also love for the world, and I feel like that's we need this in this world right now, because there's so much in the world now that can definitely be turned around in such a positive way that I'm happy also that I write songs that that I could represent in that sense too. But yeah, that I love that song because I feel that that song is deep in many ways.
Okay, I love that. And let's see. Is that the song?
But there's a dance version to it that it's like a disco version. I absolutely love this. It's like a ambient type of song. I can't remember the exact remix of it, but there's a remix that's just beautiful.
Okay,
Bernie
I,
Fox liked it too. She was saying that she liked it.
I love that.
Yeah.
And hello, Nicole. Hey, I see Ron Letford is here. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Sarah. Everybody, welcome to the show. And so my last question on The Real You is there anything you wish you had done sooner?
Yeah, I think that I wish that my music career had taken off at an earlier stage
Right.
where I felt that I learned so much through the years with experience over time. And if I had the knowledge that I had today on how to go about it, how to try to get into film music, for example, because film music is something that's growing for me now. Because I just signed a sync agent deal, for example. So one of the things, yeah, for 4 songs. So that's growing for me. But I know more about how to approach different aspects of the business, which I didn't know before. And I think that through the learning process at an earlier stage,
Mhm.
I really learned um, to work on my skills in that as well as the musical skills. So I think both evolved over time. And
Okay.
I think if I had that opportunity to really know beforehand what to do more so, and I would have started at an earlier age, and it would have been maybe it would have led me sooner to what outcome there is now.
Okay. I love that. Well, you know what, Jacqueline, I think that I'm just so happy that you're here now with the music. And sometimes I think that, you know, life takes us through a journey and experiences and things happen in the perfect timing. And again,
Yeah.
I love your music. I can't recall when we first met. I remember following you on Facebook. And I
Hmm.
said, who is this lady? I love her sound. I love your spirit, by the way. And I just want to tell you,
Thank you.
thank you. You don't
But
know
yours
what
too.
you do for me when I see you
Yeah.
live and your smile, just your positivity. And that's what
Yeah.
we need a lot more of. So
Same
again,
here.
thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Uh, Also, DJ Suspense says So in Love by Duke is a dope song. It is a dope song, DJ Suspense. And also, Jacqueline, if you don't know DJ Suspense, shame on you. You definitely need to know that this guy, he is amazing, by the way. And
Yeah.
I guess tonight, recording artist, singer, and songwriter, Jacqueline. So, Jacqueline, just when we're kicking the show up, how was your Thanksgiving, by the way?
It was great. I mean, I think I spent a lot of time cooking on Thursday. And then by the time Friday came, I was very tired. So I slept late on Friday and then I started cooking again. So it was like, I didn't really get a break from it, but then I got to see a couple of movies and whatnot. So that was nice. But yeah, it was really relaxing and peaceful and just very nice to just have some time to myself, from that.
Did you
From
have any family or friends over? Anybody stop by?
No, just I mean, it was just me and my husband was here, and yeah, that
Okay.
was it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. It's been a trying year and a half for so many of us. Jacqueline, just how was your life before the pandemic?
Life before the pandemic, I was going out to shows, different shows, jazz shows. It was so nice to be able to do that before the pandemic. And when the pandemic came, of course, that was something that couldn't do anymore.
Okay.
But before that, I would go to places, nice restaurants, nice places, enjoyable things. I really like doing different things. I really do. I would go. Even to like an opera or
Oh,
something, just
Yeah.
something different, it could be completely different, an art show. I like a lot of different things. So I was able to go to many places that I enjoyed, museums and whatnot. But then when the pandemic came, just all that went away, and so I miss those things, and
Mm.
that's how it's affected me for sure.
Exactly.
But I don't think it affects me now, is in the sense that I've learned to adjust to it.
Right.
So I'm happy because I've learned to adjust to different various ways, in terms of how I work and how I do things, and really just had to adapt.
To adapt. And I think, a lot of us just having to adapt. And I think about when it comes to music and also being able to perform live in venues, we
Yeah,
had to find a new way of doing things, right?
yeah.
So virtual shows on the internet. So, what's your thoughts about the internet? Because I talked to so many artists who said, I've never gone live before. I never really knew how to this social media. But what's your thoughts on social media and the music? I thank God that we even have this kind of platform.
Absolutely. I think it's a great medium for everybody. It's a great way for people to promote themselves, market themselves. I'm really definitely for live shows and doing virtual shows. It definitely helps. It definitely brings that recognition to people, so people know who someone is, where they didn't know them before.
Mhm.
And I feel that, like, some of the shows I do, Facebook live shows, it helps me get um, more clients for, let's say, my
Mhm.
like my songwriting, or someone who wants to hire me for a virtual performance, or someone wants to hire me in the future for a show. So there's also that futuristic prospect of performing for someone else, or even a recording artist who wants me to sing their song or co-write with me. So I think it opens up a lot of doors. I
All
think
right.
social media is a great way, with different channels, to promote your music and promote videos. I think video trailers is also part of that.
All
I
right.
intend actually to do some videos
Okay.
in the future. I found a couple of videographers who are interested, and I'm trying to choose a videographer. But yeah, I think that's going to help. I think when people place the visual to the sound, it
Mhm.
really helps to have a greater experience, even from the original.
Oh, really? Okay. I love that. And I see other people coming in the room. I see Rose Lady Edmond with the Jazz Lovers Corner. And if you don't know the Jazz Lovers Corner and Rose Lady, shame on you. I see producer and extraordinaire James Day. Thank you so much. And if you don't know James Day, shame on you. Our special guest tonight is, of course, singing sensation. She sings her face off, y'all. Her name is Jacqueline. She's a singer, songwriter, arranger. I mean, this lady does about everything, y'all. She always says this. She does about everything except the drums, right, Jacqueline?
And then, except for when I invite other
Right.
musicians on there, which I'm happy to do, because I love to collaborate. So there's been a few songs that I invited additional musicians in, to do their thing, which has been a great experience. Which I love the experiences that I have with them. And but I arrange, I produce, I layer different instrument patterns. So I do strings. Like, if someone said they want to hire me to do strings, I can do strings,
Okay.
brass, all kinds of instruments, instrumental patterns. Yeah.
Okay. I love that. And just to go back just a little bit, Jacqueline, so people that are not familiar with you, can you give us a little bit, like, how did your musical journey get started?
Yeah. So my dad, when I was about 10 years old, he noticed that I had this talent for singing.
Right.
And I started to sing before I actually started to write. But my parents did buy me a little organ, like a small keyboard organ. And I started to play around with the sounds and filter out sounds on there, and really got to see what sounds I liked, what sounds it didn't were dissonant and were not resonating with me. So I filtered those sounds out. And if anybody wants to be a writer,
Mhm.
this is the process. So I was able to, by ear, I mean, not everybody goes through the same process. Everybody can go through a different process too. But I mean, for me, I'm saying what my process was to filter out sounds that I felt were going to work for a specific. And I went through many sounds, thousands, to
Oh,
be
wow.
able to with each song to try to get the right proper sounds. And that time it was very simple. It was a simple way of writing, and then it got more advanced over time. But yeah, it was my father who saw this talent in me to sing, and he had me imitate records at first before I came into my own sound. But early on, I was imitating, various singers. He had me listening to Barbara Streisand. He had me listening to a lot of, singers out there. I'm trying to think, all the singers he had me listening, Edie Gourmet. And then eventually I came into my own sound, and I started to take lessons, voice lessons, jazz lessons, opera lessons,
Mhm.
pop lessons, and R&B.
Okay.
So this combination, this is really how my voice came to be where it is. And it developed over time. And I always liked listening to, I was influenced by 70s music. I love 70s music. Just those songs from the 70s, Cool and the Gang, love that
Mhm.
group, or Earth, Wind and Fire, love the group.
Okay.
So yeah, I
I
really got influenced by a lot of different
Yeah,
things.
'cause when I first heard your song, a lot of times I tell my guests and artists, I don't really like to compare them to other singers, but when I first heard you, I was like, I hear a little, I said Lisa Stansfield, I said Taylor Dane, and I also said Jane Child. Everybody, you remember Jane Child?
Yes, I know. Somebody told me that. Somebody said Jane Child. And it was amazing they heard that. I remember a friend of mine on Facebook, they said, you remind me of Jane Child, because she does like all her own music. And
Right.
it was amazing to hear that. I mean, I do most of my own music, but there's times, like I said, when I have people in, recording for me. But yeah, Jane Child for sure.
I love that. So, hey, everybody. Yeah, Castella said, I love Taylor Dane. And Nicole said, all my divas. Yes, I love that. And is this the best place to find you? How can people find you, Jacqueline, on social media that want to support you and your music?
Sure. So I am on YouTube right now. So if they look up, they type in Jacquine, which is JACQINE, or they go on Facebook, they'll find me that way by typing in Jacquine. But I'm also going to have a website in the new year. Just a couple of things before I roll it out, but it should definitely, by the early part of the year, January, February, please do look for it. It's going to be, available. So I'm definitely going to, put it out there and let people know. If they go to my page, if they go to the Jacquine page, they'll be able to see that, and then they'll see the website, there
Okay.
listed.
And we have it also posted right here, everyone, in the chat, so you can follow Jacqueline as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to have a little bit more up close and personal conversation with our special guest tonight, singer-songwriter Jacqueline. So don't go anywhere. She's going to sing one of my many favorites of her song, y'all. So go get your popcorn, go get you something to drink, and come back to Artist Talk right here with Jazzie KWard.
Distance yourself from negative chatter. It's just noise and none of it matters. The world is yours. Don't be defined. Free your mind. It's your time to shine. The world is yours. You've come so far, don't stop now. You'll succeed some way, somehow.
Hey, the world is yours, everybody. Make sure you check out The Ona B. That's her latest single, The World is Yours. It's available everywhere where music is sold. So, Jacqueline, the song Can We Rock? Can you tell us a little bit about the song?
Yeah. So when I first heard the music that Lee Jones did to that instrumental, I said to Lee, I said, Lee, really, we should do this one, because it was an instrumental at first, and I could hear this vibe, and I connected to that instrumental vibe immediately. And I said, Lee, this will be so great as a vocal. So I started playing around. He said, okay, try something. I said, all right. Started playing around, and honestly, and it's not all the time this happens. Sometimes it does. The first try that I went through and I sang it all the way through,
Wow.
and it came out like that. Yeah.
Oh wow, I love it. But you know what? It has the perfect title because when you hear the song, it puts you in such a great mood. The beat, the melody, what all the strings, arrangement, whatever is done in that song is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
It's
he
amazing.
did the instrumental. I did melody and lyrics, and then I sang it. But it was something I very much connected to, and then I could hear what type of melody, lyrics, go with it. And when I write music, I write from that perspective because I can see what kind of melodies would go well with what type of instruments. So it's kind of like I sort of pair them up. It doesn't always work that way 100% perfectly, but many times I pair them up, and then when they go together like a puzzle, it really works. And yeah, this worked.
Oh, really? Well, ladies and gentlemen, hey, Colleen, if you are ready to rock, I promise you, you are going to move and you are going to groove in your seat wherever you are. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, singer, songwriter, recording artist, Jacqueline, and this is Can We Rock?
I can't hear the music. I'm trying to hear the music. Don't hear the music yet.
Is it in your ears, or you need for us to play it for you?
Oh, to play it, because I'd have. If you play it, then I could sing it in my mic.
Okay. So my producer, I think it's in the email. The song "Can We Rock," and he's going to pull that up for us.
Okay.
Okay. So hey everybody, hey Colleen, I see you. So while he's waiting to get that together, I think I was telling my producer if he looks in my email, he can see the song "Can We Rock." Things happen, y'all. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your patience. So we're going to see if we can play a song or something for Jacqueline while we get the Can We Rock up for her, okay? Here we go. There we go.
When I'm standing next to you, we talk all night. We talk all night. And I know that it's for sure. And then we find the reason why. Yeah, we think of all the times we said, going somewhere, we can get a little closer now. Baby, this was what was meant to happen. Can we rock this feeling? Can we rock? Can we rock this feeling? Can we rock? I've been thinking about us both when you're around me, and I need you most. Can you feel the things I'm feeling? And I'm not lonely when I'm with you. When we're together, when I have you near, talking about we're staring at each other all night. Can we say what's on our mind? It'll help to set the mood, and we can take our time. And we rock this feeling. We rock. Oh yeah. Can we rock this feeling? Can we rock? Rock this feeling. Can we rock? Oh Oh yeah, baby, can we rock this feeling? I've been thinking about us, baby, for the long run. Baby, when you're on my mind, give it some time. You and I, yeah. Can we say what's on our mind? You don't have to set the mood, and we can take our time. How can we rock this feeling? Can we rock? Oh, yeah. How can we rock this feeling? Can we rock? Can we rock this feeling? Can we rock? Oh, yeah. How can we rock this feeling?
Can we rock this feeling? You know, Jacqueline, everyone. I was over here just rocking and grooving. But you know what, Jacqueline? That song is so sexy. It demands attention. And the way you sing it, you can't help but get out your seat. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So happy to perform it here. And yeah, definitely.
I love it. And so, you know, I saw some comments and people were saying sang, and someone also, Kenneth said, he also hears Patty Austin in you too, in your voice.
Been told that, absolutely. That's such a compliment. I love Patty Austin, definitely one of my influences. I've been told that as well.
Yeah. So people are asking, you know, I was getting some tweets and some other comments. It was like, wow, they want to go purchase that song. It is available to purchase, Jackie?
It is. Yes, it is. It's on Spotify. It's on Amazon, you know, so yeah, it's definitely, they can purchase it. And yeah.
And as you were talking about, she was talking about the great Lee Jones that worked with you also on this. Was there any other producers or anybody else that worked with you on this particular track?
It was just Lee Jones, and his who mixed this track was a friend of his mixed this particular track. I didn't get his friend's name. I asked, but yeah, one of his friends had mixed the track. So I was happy about that. But yeah, it was Lee Jones who did the track. He produced that track, or you know, he wrote the track, the instrumental, and I just wrote the melody and lyrics on that one and sang it.
So I wanted to ask you, like, when you perform, like, and write your music, what's your creative process like? How do you do that?
Yeah, it's a good question. Sometimes I write melodies first and the lyrics together, and at other times I go to the keyboards and then I come out with a keyboard chord progressions, different chord progressions that I can work with, and changes in the chord progressions, like for the first verse, the chorus, or the pre-chorus first, and then it could be a pre-chorus, then the chorus and the bridge change, which is a change, you know, and then back to the chorus. But yeah, do verse, pre-chorus, second verse, and then chorus, and then bridge, and then chorus. So do that. But you know, it kind of depends. It depends on what the mood of the song is. Sometimes coming up with a melody on keyboards, and I'm thinking, okay, what chord progressions can go around this melody, or what lyrics can work with these chord progressions, or this melody. Sometimes I'm sitting there with my phone, and I sing a voice memo into my phone because I come up with some melody or lyric, and then I'll sing it right into my phone, or write it down or something. And but that's occasional. I'll do that. A lot of times it's in the voice memo. I'll just type it in my phone.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a lot of the process. But then I build the instruments around it. So I'll come up with the basic keyboards, and then I'll do the bass line, and I'll do the strings, and do the brass. I'll do guitar, you know, all these other instruments.
Mhm.
At times, when if I have drums on it, which Craig Levy has done, I will ask him to do drums. He'll send me, I'll say, okay, here's a track. Take a listen to it, and then he'll send me drums, and then I build all the instruments around the drums.
Wow,
I mean, all the
amazing.
other instruments. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I love it, Jacqueline. So, Jacqueline, how would you describe your sound if someone said, who is Jacqueline? How would you describe that?
As in terms of myself, or in terms of
Terms
other
of
artists.
yourself, of your music, because a lot of people want to put people like, oh, she's pop, she's jazz, she's R&B, or I'm sure you have all of that in you, but how would you describe yourself?
Sure. So, I think a number of my songs are smooth jazz, funk.
Mhm.
I think some of them are dance music. I
Okay.
love equally dance music, smooth jazz, funk, and some pop, and some film scores type of music. So it's in a variety, depends on the song, but you
Mhm.
know, I do a lot of smooth jazz and funk,
Okay.
and I do some pop, and I do film scores. I'm doing a lot of that as well. That kind of music, yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, I love that. And just, I want to ask you, Jacqueline, so I'm switching back a little bit. Do you remember the first time you heard your music on the radio? And where were you? Do you remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was amazing because um, David Snashfold was the first to recognize my song "Notify Me,"
Oh, wow.
and I'll never forget that because it was the first time that I actually had come out of Craig Levy's studio,
Mhm.
where I did the instrumentation, he did the drums to that, and it sounded to me like a song that came from a demo of that I did before. That sound, I mean, it was like the preliminary stuff that I did came from a demo like that only I did, and it was like I could see the development that I did from that original demo that I totally did to the evolution of what that song became.
Oh,
And
wow.
then when I was in the studio, and when I produced all these different and arranged all these different instruments along with what Craig Levy did as with the drums, when it came out, it was just an amazing feeling. So then I played it for David Snashfold,
Okay.
and he loved it. And he
Okay.
put it on the radio station. From there, it got syndicated to 30 radio stations, and Doug Sinclair's station. So a lot happened. Yeah. From there, it was like history. Yeah. David was the one to get me started. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I
And
love it.
where was I? I was at home. I had the speakers turned up really loud, and I was like around the house. I'm on the radio. I'm on the radio.
That
Telling
is such
friends.
that is such a beautiful story and experience. Do you remember your first concert you attended?
Wow. Very long time ago. I think it was probably Elton John.
Mm,
Was my first. It was Elton John or Billy Joel. But way long time ago.
mm,
Yeah.
here we go.
Because I love them both. Really fantastic musicians, and just amazing. But I would say that my music is, in terms of being influenced, I love their music. I love pop music, and early on, with rock, soft rock, not hard, never hard rock, never. Just not my thing. But I mean, soft rock, or pop music, in that genre was great. Yeah, but that was my first experience. I think I saw Elton John a couple of times in concert, which I loved. Yeah.
I love that. A question for you from Kenneth. He says, "Have you done any jingles?"
Actually, I didn't. And many years ago, I was asked to do a jingle for Nobody Beats the Wiz many years ago, but it was sort of like a demo kind of thing.
Okay.
People over the years have recognized that I can do jingles, but
Mhm.
I have a little bit of experience in that. Not tremendously, just because I've never really been in that world, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but you do have like some of your music, and haven't you been doing some of your music has been featured in some TV shows or something? I was reading. I'm not sure if I've
Oh, there
missed.
was one also that I did a jingle for Roger Greenwald for PBS a long time ago. That was one many years ago. But yeah, my music has been featured in different ways. I was on record labels. I had various music production deals, music on different record labels, in dance music. So it was played on a lot of different radio stations as well, and in clubs and whatnot. But yeah, so it was that. And now, of course, with hopefully with the sync agent deal that I just signed for 4 of my
Wow.
songs, things could, yeah, start
Congrats.
happening there. So I'm really excited. But yeah, I've done a lot of things over the years, with the music that I sang on, and some of them I wrote as well. Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking. So will you find out more about the deal that you just signed, or will you announce that on your page so we can?
Oh, yeah.
And how can we support you in that too?
Thank you so much. Yeah, well, it's just the start of it. I just signed the deal last week, so now it's I got all the instrumentation in and everything I needed to do over the Thanksgiving holiday. It was like crunch time. I felt like, but they weren't rushing me or anything. But it was like I just felt like I wanted to get it all in, so I got everything in. But yeah, definitely, there's 4 songs. I can add more songs later, but
Okay.
see how these things go, which I'm really excited about. She has a really good reputation she's gotten things placed for advertising. Like she's done like with major corporations and also with film and television. So she's also a music supervisor as well as a sync agent. So I was really excited to get that deal.
I am so happy for you, Jacqueline, and everyone that's watching this program, for even those who go back and watch the replay. Please support, it's so important to support independent recording artists, especially when you're not signed to major labels and, artists, especially with the pandemic, a lot of them, Jacqueline is always on live on her Facebook page. So make sure you follow her there. And wherever music is sold, you can go get her amazing music. I'm just going to name a couple of her songs. Like you heard tonight, Can We Rock? Let Me Into Your World, The Test of Time, Trying to Feel Your Presence. I love that song. I listened to that this morning in my headphones. So
I've listened, Trying to Feel Your Presence. Oh my goodness. That song I have listened to, I don't know, countless times. I really can feel that song, and there's a special meaning behind that song. But yes, I love that song so much.
So anything else exciting you can tell? Anything? Oh, I want to ask you this. I know the Christmas holidays is coming up, and I don't recall. Have you ever done a Christmas song? I don't think I've ever heard a Christmas song from you, Jack.
I have written some Christmas songs. I was gonna release it. I was thinking about when is the right time to release it, and that sort of thing. I want to. I mean, I've got it ready. I should just, I was thinking, to release some songs during this time. Maybe to do that. I would love to do that. But I felt that I want to make sure that it's totally ready because. Right. I want to make sure the tempo is there and everything. That's why I was being picky about my music, making sure that that's but there's a lot of exciting, great things going on. I'm going to be writing with Jeff Medina, who has played with the Commodores. You might know him. Yeah. And somebody else that I'm writing a song with, you might know her, Robin Sandoval, who is, she's amazing. She's had things placed with Universal and some major things happen with her. But yeah, there's a couple of co-writes that I'm working on now as well with people who've had placements and experience with that, with the film arena and TV.
I love that. I love that. So everyone, you can continue to watch out for Jacqueline. Again, you can find her also on Facebook. She's always on live. And you're also on Instagram. I follow you on your IG page too. But you're mainly active on the Facebook page.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, sometimes with the Instagram here and there. I mean, I try to keep up with it and everything, but I'm very much active, like on Facebook. Like I have my JACQINE page, I have my JACQINE songwriting page, which people have signed up on. So that's nice with JACQINE songwriting page where I mentor people like how to write music, how to get songs, write good songs they want to write and things like that.
Okay, I love that. So Jacqueline, we do this segment on the show. And if you see in the comments, you'll see I do the hashtag shame on you. And so our guests could win just a little small token from me, Jazzie KWard, just for, their appreciation. So everybody, if you have it, make sure you do the hashtag shame on you. And we're going to randomly pick a winner on tonight's show with our special guest, Jacqueline, singer and songwriter. So if we're ready to play that game right now, producer, if we are ready, let's do it. Here we go. So make sure everybody you do the hashtag shame on you. And who knows, you could win something from Jazzie.
Wow.
Good. Let's pick one more winner. Let's do one more. Congratulations, Tina. If we can do one more, let's go.
Oh, they're playing my favorite song. Whoa, yes. Oh, I love this song. This is the mix.
This is the mix. Hey, Manuel. Congratulations. Yes. You love that song, Jackie?
I love that song. I love that song. Absolutely.
But do you have a favorite Christmas song or holiday song?
Yeah, I do. Actually, it's the Natalie Cole singing with David. Yeah, David. I'm trying to think of the last name. He's very famous.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of this song.
That's okay if you can't. It's does she have a song with David Foster?
David Foster. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah. It's Christmas. I'm trying to think Christmas. Christmas list. Christmas list.
Christmas list. Okay.
That's a beautiful song. Yes. Definitely one of my favorite.
Okay. So, is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you would love to? Anybody that you would love to do? Maybe do a. Can we expect a duet? I would love to see you do a duet with someone.
I would love to. Really. I mean, I love collaborations, and it's nice to also sing with someone, and and work with other musicians as well. So yeah, I'm up for collaborations, and I think the new year would be a great time for that. So I enjoy, working with people who do work with all kinds of instruments, whether piano, strings, brass, all kinds of things. So definitely I'm up for co-writing and also singing. It'd be great. Really, I was saying that to Roseanne the other day that I would welcome doing something that has a number of musicians in it in a song, and then maybe I could write something and produce and arrange it, for a number of musicians, right? That
I love that.
would be like such a dream come true to do that.
Oh yeah. So that's going to happen, Jacqueline, in 2022. That is going to happen. We're going to speak that into existence. Anything else you want to share with us before we go? Anything we can expect from Jacqueline in the new year?
Yeah, well, definitely look for my website because that's coming for sure. And then the cookbook that I mentioned that's coming out in the new year. I can't speak too much about it, but it's more than a cookbook, and I think you're going to be really excited when you hear more about it. But yeah, working on some very special projects, and then all the projects are special, but in the new year I have new projects that are special as well. And then the cookbook is really exciting too.
Okay. What can we expect in the cookbook? Like what's your 3 favorite dishes you love to cook?
I love them all. So I have my cookbook is a number of things are in a number of the ingredients. How should I say? The number of the recipes that I did are international. So yeah. So there's Italian food in there. There's Indian food in there. There's Thai food in there. Kind of Thai food. There's Greek food in there. There's Spanish food in there. So I have a variety of various recipes that I love and that I came up with. The various recipes. So they're all my favorites. I love all of the recipe, but I mean I have additional favorites as well if they're not in the cookbook. Japanese recipe as well.
Yeah. Castella said, "Yeah, what's the best dish?" What's the best dish?
I think it depends on what you love to eat. I think that's what it depends on. If you love Italian food, I have meatballs and, some other dishes, raviolis and all kinds of things. And I have, I have also other types of Italian dishes in there as well. If you like Greek food, I have actually a vegetarian spinach moussaka in there as well. So that's, yeah, it's really interesting. And what can I tell you? I have a chicken. I have another chicken dish that's Japanese as well. So I, do that pretty good as well. People like the pictures. But yeah, I think it depends on taste, what people love to eat. And I have various recipes that I think you're all going to love.
Okay. I've seen your food and your dishes, because Jacqueline is always on Facebook Live. And I was going to say this, unless I missed it, I think next time you go live, you should prepare a dish and maybe and sing a song while you cook.
Yeah, actually, I did one like that. I did that on a show on my Jacqueline page. We did a couple of songs. I didn't sing though, but I had the instruments in the background, and I just was cooking while I was had the instruments playing. I mean, music that I wrote playing in the background. Yeah.
I love that. So everybody make sure, hopefully sometime next year, Jacqueline will have a cookbook. It'll be posted on her music page, wherever music is sold. Don't forget to go to her music page, which is posted right here on Facebook. And even for those who go back and watch the replay, and for those who are watching now, please go and purchase all of Jacqueline's music right now. I promise you, you need to have these in your life, these songs. She's an amazing, a gifted, talented artist. And I just love Jacqueline in her music. And she sings from her soul. And that's why I love her music so much. So Jacqueline, someone watching this program that wants to follow in your footsteps, any words of advice or wisdom that you can leave us with, say, about the business?
Yeah, I think you have to not give up about your music. Even if somebody is not liking it or rejecting it or something, there's a place for it. Right. And I feel like it takes determination, it takes stamina, persistence. Keep trying. And even if you are trying and you feel that the effort is not paying off right away, if you keep trying, something will happen. Even if you feel like nothing is happening on a certain day, just by putting the effort in, something comes out from that effort. And I feel like it's important to stay on that, on the path you're going. And if something is not working in the direction you're going, change the path, change the way you do it, adapt it, and then try to keep moving it closer and closer to where you want to be. And I'd say hone in on the skills that you do well and can get better at. Right. Try to do the things what you do well, and then keep on developing those skills. That's and right. go towards what you want to do, and find the paths that you feel that your music can be successful.
I love that. And that is some amazing advice. I just believe that it's a path out here for all of us, and you have to find your lane. And hey, you just keep driving in that lane and realize that everybody is not going to like you, and that's okay. Everybody's not going to like your sound. That's perfectly fine. But hey, just keep on keeping on. And my aunt used to always say, I have an aunt in Cincinnati, Ohio, and she would always tell me, do it on the good foot. I don't care whatever you're doing, whatever you could. She just always says that. Do it on the good foot. Keep going. And that's what Jacqueline has been doing. And that's why she has that it factor, y'all. And if you don't know Jacqueline, shame on you. Jacqueline, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Would love to. I love you, Jazzie KWard.
We love you. And can you hang around for about a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. Another great show. My special guest, the beautiful, the talented international recording artist, singer, songwriter, producer, arranger, Jacqueline. Please support her music wherever music is sold. You can find her music. Again, thank you so much. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and the holidays are here. Make sure you be safe out there. Thank you so much for supporting the show. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy day just to stop by and say hello. Go to KWard Radio, my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, as well as KWardRadio.com, my website. Some great things coming in 22. All of my information is there. My address, if you'd like to send me some music, that information is posted there. Physical copies of CDs. If you would like to support the show, no monetary gift is too small. My Cash App, PayPal is also there. Join me also this Saturday, each and every Saturday, on WVAS FM 90.7 on the campus of Alabama State University. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the week. Make sure you take care of yourself and be kind to others. Have a good night.
When I met you, I knew what a feeling for you. I saw what was true. You were honest with me.